Alright everybody, and welcome back to Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, for what is most likely going to be the last time. So, I was incorrect in the last video. The Republic of Benin does still exist. It was formerly called Dahomey, so that part is correct. And it is considered to be the birthplace of voodoo and voodoo. And according to Wikipedia, the official language of Benin is French, with indigenous language such as Fon, Dariba, Yoruba, and Dindi. So the Fons are also a real thing that actually exists. So pretty good research on the game's part, I'll give it that. Do I even want to begin to recap what all happened last time? We did a lot of puzzle solving. We tracked down where Wolfgang had gone off to, which appeared to be this double snake mound in West Africa, specifically in the People's Republic of Benin. And we solved a puzzle there, but the important part is we ran into Wolfgang himself, who essentially passed on the role of Schattenjäger to us, sacrificing himself so that we could open up the little casket thing, if you will, which contained Tetelo's remains and the Schattenjäger talisman that I cannot show you right now because we're on the screen. And we saw in a little cutscene that Grace has been attacked, kidnapped, killed, something, we don't know. She's been taken somewhere. And yeah, might as well hurry back to St. George's Books and check up on her as best we can.
Grace, I'm home. Grace?
Her chair's
no. Grace!
Her chair is disheveled, I don't know. She would never leave something so disorganized.
Grace's chair looks hastily abandoned.
But first, you need to read our horoscope.
Times Picayune, dated June 28, 1993. The Weather Service is baffled by the series of bizarre storms that rocked the South yesterday.
That's not that
20
unusual.
died and close to 100 were injured. The storms only accentuate the bad luck that seems to have gripped the South. The crime rate for the past 3 days has peaked to unprecedented levels. And there have been 50 reports of food poisoning in New Orleans alone. In other words, keep your head down, folks, and pray that August will return us to sanity. Warily, Gabriel reads his horoscope for the day. Gird thyself with mercy. Arm thyself with righteousness. The final hour awaits.
There's a school teacher somewhere who's damn confused.
And we gotta have our coffee. At least the voodoo murderers were nice enough to make our coffee
good
for us.
coffee.
We just read about food poisoning. Let's just drink the coffee someone left for us here. Oh yeah, there's also this obvious note on the table here.
There's a note on the desk.
Should probably read that.
The note is from Malia. It says,
Gabriel, I hope you survive long enough to get this. Tetelo knows you have the talisman. Your life is worth nothing, my love. I fight to save you, but she controls things far more than I. She has taken Grace. Return the talisman and leave New Orleans forever. If you don't, I can't help you. Please. I can't bear to see you die. Please believe me. I love you. Malia.
Who's there? I have the talisman.
Yeah? Good for you. I got a headache.
Mosley!
You, don't come near me. You're dead.
Oh, was that you at the tube? You should have said something.
You mean you weren't dead, you son of a bitch?
Do I look dead? No, don't answer that. I was searching the tomb. When I heard someone coming, I broke the light and got in the drawer. Sorry I brained you, but I thought you were one of them.
Christ, you about killed me.
I said I was sorry. Besides, I owed you one for stealing my badge. If it makes you feel any better, I lost my wallet that day.
Your wallet. Oh, I guess you're right. We are even.
like I said. Anyway, we shouldn't stand out here and gab. Someone on the street might see us. Let's go in back and talk.
Well, at least not everyone we love is dead. So, Mosley, how you been?
Okay, now let's talk.
Now, you don't have to do this, but I always give him back his wallet and his credit card.
I found your credit card.
Thanks. Oh, you didn't put anything on this, did you?
Of course
Who?
not.
Me?
Yeah, sorry.
Would I do something illegal like that? Never.
By the way, I found your wallet.
Really? Great. What a pal.
No, don't go thanking me just yet. So anyway, how you
All right.
been?
Let's talk.
So we don't have to run through the normal battery of questions. I think he has another message for Voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Well, you're the big expert now, not me. This stuff is way beyond anything I was looking into at the beginning of this case.
Yeah, so we gotta go ahead and live up to the memes.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Well, you and I know who did him, don't we? But we've got to prove it to somebody who'll listen.
Alright, well I'm not gonna waste your time going through all of those. How you been,
Tell
buddy?
me about yourself.
I'm scared shitless, that's all you need to know.
Sweet. You know, mostly...
You know, mostly.
Don't even start with me, Knight. I've been through too much for you lately.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Alright, anyway, so what about Grace?
What should we do about Grace?
Them voodoo people have taken her, the goddamn bastards. We have to find her and save her, and we can't count on the police department for any help.
So, I guess I'll go ahead and ask what he's been up to.
So, fill me in on what you've been doing for the past 5 days.
I've been getting smart, that's what. They got me running, I'll admit. But the day a bunch of drum-banging, mumbo-jumbo chanting magicians can catch old Lightfoot Mosley is the day I die.
Can't argue with that logic.
Now these guys have it wired, I tell you. From the mayor to a couple of major judges, right down to the beat cops. The Gettys are untouchable from that angle. But once I really start digging, it was like I could see clearly. These guys are into everything that happens in this city, and most people are scared shitless of them, or they don't know about them at all.
Alright, well, I've been kind of busy myself, you
Let
know.
me fill you in on what I've learned in the past 5 days.
Okay, have at it.
Well, Malia Getty is the head of the cartel. Dr. John is her right-hand man.
I learned that much. You sure know how to pick 'em, Knight.
Uh-huh. She's not really responsible, though, because during these ceremonies, she's ridden by the spirit of her ancestor, Tetelo.
You don't say.
It's true. Anyway, I have something, a talisman, that I can use against them. It'll help, but they probably still have a power source somewhere in their hound fool. Also, this whole thing kind of ties in with my nightmares, see? And my family history. My family does this shadow hunting thing, and about 300 years ago...
I have these essential
Look,
oils.
don't confuse me, okay? You worry about all that metaphysical stuff, and I'll just try and catch the bad guys.
Yeah,
Alright,
you'd never
alright.
believe me anyway.
Basically, I'm a shadow hunter. Anyway, maybe we should, come up with a real plan.
Let's make a plan. What do you think we should do?
We need to find the headquarters of the Getty cartel, rescue Grace, and dig up some concrete evidence so that I can take this straight to the FBI.
Sounds easy.
Uh-huh. Do you have any idea where their headquarters might be?
A vague one.
Perhaps.
Well, you do seem to have a knack for sniffing out this voodoo stuff. Why don't you see if you can locate it for sure? Meanwhile, I've got some things I've got to do. I'll meet you there later.
How will you find it?
Damn, that's right. If only I had the tracker from my office.
I have it.
Really? Good going. You give it to me and leave a signal device at the entrance to the headquarters.
All right.
Will do, sir. Will do.
Here's the tracker.
Great. Don't forget to leave the signal device near the entrance to the home floor. And be careful.
That actually is... The game reminded you twice, alright? So don't forget it or you'll dead end yourself.
You too.
Gabriel just couldn't stomach to say something nice to Mosley's face. His masculinity just wouldn't let him bond with Mosley like that. Anyway, there's a couple of messages here that I'm going to take the time to show off now that Grace is gone. If we try to open up the
Gabriel
fridge,
can't even think about food, much less what might be in that refrigerator while Grace is missing.
and let's head on back to the main room. And if we try to use the
It just
ladder,
wouldn't be the same without Grace here.
so you can't use the ladder to look down Grace's shirt, so what's even the point of owning a ladder anyway? Alright, well, we don't really have a whole lot to really do around here. So let's head on to Jackson Square, and the wheel within a wheel. This is such a nice touch, though, I would have to say. I've never been to Jackson Square, even though it's really not that far away from where I live, but I've never been there. I don't know if it actually looks like
A
this.
wide walk provides.
But that is a very nice touch, and I loved how that kind of just all came together, that it was here in plain sight the whole time. Having said all of that, it's still a little bit hard to find the entrance to this place if you don't know what you're looking for. So we came into this confessional once before, I believe. And I mostly just did it so you would have a point of reference to know that it's here. But there's a little knothole right here.
There's a knothole about the size of a quarter in the wood paneling on that wall.
So if we use the snake thingy,
Something about this knothole looks familiar. It's moving. I knew it.
it's an elevator to hell.
Ride's over.
Now, I do have a couple of questions, like, does every member of the voodoo cult need an exact replica of this ancient snake rod from Africa? Or do they have, like, their own? Do they get in some other way? I have many questions. Anyway, we want old Mosley to be able to get in here, so we're going to take the tracker thing, and we'll just hide it right under this little,
All right, Mosley. There's your signal.
whatever you
Gabriel
call these
wonders
things.
if Mosley will have everything he needs to follow the trail.
And that's another hint for you. You're going to need to also leave him the keys to the place to get inside.
Gabriel puts the snake rod under the bench for Mosley.
And let's step on out. It's high-tech voodoo, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
elevator stops at a room underneath the cathedral.
Express elevator to hell.
The elevator returns to the cathedral. Gabriel's stuck now.
And I believe if you did not put the tracker and the rod in there, you're now fucked. But we did. This game in general is pretty good about not fucking you like that, but there are a few ways you can do it. So yeah, I saved because you can obviously get killed here. It's a little bit hard to do. It's not as dangerous as the snake mound in Africa, but it's pretty dangerous all the same.
That piece of art on the wall looks like something the Gettys had transplanted from Africa.
So this place is actually modeled quite a bit off of the snake mound. It's just very high tech. And once again, we're going to be going around a wheel and within a wheel. This is the outer ring right here. And we have to just basically go in and explore all these rooms, one after another. Looks like we found their supply closet.
Everything you need for a date with the Loa.
Looks like we have some masks over
Those
here.
two masks remind Gabriel of the ones used at the Bayou ritual.
Well, that's really convenient, because we're going to want a disguise, and I don't have Willie Jr. anymore.
I think I'll take this wolf mask for me. This boar mask seems appropriate for Mosley, if he ever makes it.
And your voodoo costume just isn't complete without a robe.
A robe for me.
And we need one for old Mosley.
A robe for prosperity.
Alright, so we have all we need to make a disguise now. Looks like there's some cans over here.
Metal cans. It could be paint. Then again, it could be something worse.
I see. Let's not investigate it. Actually, we can't investigate it even if we wanted to. Oh, this room has some metal testicles outside.
A pair of pots laden with ritual markings hang on either side of that door.
They almost seem to be guarding it in some way.
Well, let's go ahead and head inside.
It's locked.
Let's not head inside. Let's continue to find another unlocked door. I think this is the Loa.
A beautiful rendering of the
Veve,
Getty Veve
sorry.
hangs in the hall.
It's the Veve. Let's go ahead and hop on in here. Cozy little bedroom and a turlet.
A bathroom. How human of them.
You don't need to take a shit? Okay. Nothing to see here. Let's keep moving. And we'll head on this way. This room's got some more crap on the outside. Let's hop on in here. Ooh. So the music in this room, if you listen, is a very sinister version of Old MacDonald Had a Farm. So this is apparently where they keep some of the animals they use in their ceremonies, and that is a big goddamn snake, and I would shit myself if I came into a room and saw that.
This snake is quite a bit larger than one they use in the ritual. Perhaps he's more of a tribal mascot. He's obviously too large for one person to handle. So, this is where they keep the animals they use in their rituals.
And they got some
The
goats.
goats look unconcerned. At least they have no idea what's in store for them.
You can talk to them too.
Now you could probably swallow one of those goats whole, couldn't you? What a nice goats like you doing in a place like this.
Gabriel, don't fuck the goats. Come on, man. Have some standards.
You paw chickens are history.
And one of my favorite lines in the whole game.
No, you operate the python.
Okay, nothing we actually need in here, though. Alright, let's continue just exploring these rooms here. There's actually a few rooms here that are... Oh, that one's locked as well. Gotta find some kind of key or something, I guess. Okay, got a cool little mask in here.
The houndful is decorated.
It's just a generic message.
Gabriel does.
What's in here?
Another bathroom.
Oh, well, I need to shit again. Alright, let's just continue our exploration then. Ooh, this was room number 1, apparently.
It's locked.
God damn it. No, we don't need to go in there yet. So we have 3 locked rooms so far. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think DJ is going to be happy to see us. Alright.
Dr. John is deeply enmeshed in spiritual communion with the Loa. He's dressed as his bird of prey, Totem, just like he was at the bayou.
And there's a thing on the wall over here.
Itomori, passe makuri.
A plastic card on a chain hangs on the wall.
It's like a key card of some kind.
Elane, menu deja.
Like a sword
A
over here.
machete is on the wall.
Can we take it?
Dr. John looks like the sort to wield a machete, but Gabriel would look a little silly.
Yeah, it's not all a fashion statement, you know. Alright, let's just do him the old-fashioned way.
Do you really think that would be wise?
You gotta sneak up on him, you know, like in another
Gabriel Knight, how dare you violate my sanctuary?
video.
Oh, is this
I'm
your
just here
room?
to say
I'm
hi.
so sorry.
Oh,
You are so dead.
you know, you probably could have come up with a better line than that. All right, let's go ahead and doink the key card off the wall.
Gabriel Knight, how dare you violate my sanctuary?
It's an enhancement,
Oh, is
really.
this your room? I'm so sorry.
You are so dead.
You are so gonna feel some wrath. All right. Well, we're not gonna be able to sneak past him, so I guess we need to come back here later, or find some way to get him out of the room, or some way to distract him, or something. What's in this room?
The room smells of Malia's perfume. Someone's coming.
Gabriel, not now.
Tetelo, come to me. Your daughter requests an audience.
What is it you seek, child?
Tetelo, I beg you again, for my sake, Spare Gabriel's life.
Aw.
Do not protect or mourn that one. He will only betray you.
Gabriel would never betray me.
He will, as Gunter betrayed me. Blinded by the light, he will despise your darkness.
No, I don't believe that. You were betrayed, but Gabriel is different. I cannot serve you any longer. Choose another. I cannot go on.
So you say, because you are drawn to the light. What you do not know is that the light will never have you. You only corrupt it when you draw near.
I don't believe you. This way, this life is too painful. I must be free of it.
You can never be free. You will see, my daughter. What I've told you is true. You will see.
Wait! I won't go through with it. I won't. I won't.
Well, at least she knows she really cares about you. Reminds me a little bit of the Katrina stuff from Quest for Glory 4, but I won't spoil that too much, I don't guess. In case you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, I mean, you should play it. It's a really good game. But you can also watch my videos, you know, a little shameless plug here if you want to. But also, play it. It's a good game. What's in this room over here? Oh, this looks like a classroom.
The whiteboard contains what looks like calculus equations.
Fine.
Who knows what these guys are into?
They use like math and shit.
A portrait of a beautiful, intelligent-looking woman is on the wall. She
And this-
reminds Gabriel of Malia. Her mother, perhaps?
And this looks a little bit different from everything else.
Gabriel looks at the inbox and sees a black record book.
Let's yoink it.
This record book might be the kind of thing Mosley wanted for the FBI.
Alright, so we finally got some evidence. And we also need to look at this book, right? We have some tribal members here, and as well you can see, these are the Rotodrum codes for the actual members of the tribe. You got Sister Alligator, and Sister Owl, and Brother Rhino, and, like, Sister Dumb. Okay. And Brother Eagle, if you remember what Gabriel called Dr. John at the little festival or ritual thing. So this must be Dr. John. So maybe we can use those Rotodrum codes at some point for some kind of diversion. But for now, we have a little bit of exploration still left to do. Let's hop on over in here, and we have another more or less
The
empty little
whiteboard
room.
is blank. A painting of a shadowy figure is on the wall. One of the lower, maybe.
Maybe. Can we push
The
it?
painting does not open.
Disappointing. I don't think there's anything in this room. And let's continue up here until we start to loop around. And we looped around. Alright, so we've seen everything we need to see here so far, except for what's in the locked doors. Now, disappointingly enough, I don't remember which one of the doors are locked, so we're gonna have to make a little bit of a trip around here one time. Let's finally go ahead and explore. God damn it. Let's finally go ahead and look at this little inner wheel here. Now, this place looks like fun.
The center of the Houndfour is a circular room, apparently used for rituals. The room is made entirely of stone.
I see that. It's like we have one of those trough thing.
These panels seem to tell a story. Tetelo holding up the talisman. A ship sailing. Slaves rising up and killing their owners. Haiti, probably. Looks like Tetelo's people arriving in New Orleans. They accumulate great power through voodoo. The Houndfour is built under Jackson Square. Heck of a family album.
That's something, alright. And we have these little drums here.
Okay, I'll give it a shot, but I'm no musician.
So this is another little puzzle that involves the Rotodrums, obviously. I could see this requiring a little bit of guesswork to figure out the exact thing that you need to do. But what we need to type in is summon, go to the next book, and Brother Eagle to call Dr. John into the center room here.
A door opens in the distance.
And we got some background music, so you know we did the right thing. Let's hop on over this way. And yeah, you can run into him in the hallway now. This is room number 1, and I believe we need to go down here, and this should be his room. God damn it. That's what I get for thinking I know what I'm talking about. Alright, I don't remember what room is his anymore. Is it this one? Alright, good. I didn't fuck up too hard. Alright, let's get the hell on out of here. Sadly, we can't take the machete. Alright, so we have the key card. Let's go ahead and make another quick save. Now, there's, if we go in the wrong locked door first, we will inadvertently trigger the in-game sequence, and I don't want to do that yet, because there's 3 locked rooms we can go into. I just have to find them. And sadly, I don't remember which one they are. Okay, so the next one's another empty office room. So that's not it. This one's not going to be it. And I believe this is the door that leads us back to the entrance. So we go up. This is the closet, I think. Yeah, that's the closet, so we don't need to go in here. And this is the room we don't want to open yet.
A door opens and shuts in the distance. Dr. John must have returned to his room.
Well, thank you, Dr. John. Let's go ahead and hop on in here. That one's not the locked room. If I were a responsible Let's Player, I would have written these down. But unfortunately for you, I don't remember exactly which ones they are, so you're getting the experience of someone playing this for real. Alright, so we take the key card, we use the key card on the door, and of course, it works. Ooh, this is a grim looking place.
Bodies and parts of bodies are kept on the sterile steel beds. The room smells thickly of formaldehyde and is freezing cold.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
More corpses are stored in wall compartments. It looks like a deep freeze in there. Underneath the surgical lamps is a gurney with a body on it.
No one I know.
Now, it's not Grace, at least.
A stainless steel bucket is on the floor. Its contents are better left unsaid. Human hearts. So that's what they do with them. But why?
Well,
maybe I shouldn't even ask. They're used for some powerful gree-gree, no doubt. Or maybe that's what Tetelo has for lunch. Ugh, I hope those are rubber masks.
I have a feeling they're not. Well, they use the hearts to open containers, and they probably also use them for magic as well. No idea what specifically they're doing with all the body parts. And there was another locked door we have to find. It's in here somewhere, I promise. Alright, we found the other locked door. This one actually is important. This one's full of money. I like money.
How come the bad guys make all the money?
Get some gold bullion over here.
Gold bullion. Lots of it.
Now gold...
These guys obviously have little confidence in the U.S. government.
Now, I will say, you know, if you're cooking, beef bouillon's a lot better, or chicken stock or something like that, but gold bullion is quite valuable, so it's useful in that regard.
Stacks of bills are bound and pressed into neat piles.
Gabriel Knight has faith in the U.S. currency, so we're just gonna shove some
dirty
dollar
money,
bills
but
in our
it's for
pants.
good cause. Me.
And a little more money. And some more money. And a whole lot of money.
I hate to say it, but I can't carry any more. Ah, well, $1 million or so ought to hold me.
Yeah, I don't know. Get a sack and, like, fill it up with it. I don't know. Find some way to carry more money. You can just retire now. Alright. We've about done all we need to do in here. So let's go ahead and head back around. And go to the room with the 2 little pots outside of it. And we'll be ready for the in-game. Let's hop on in here.
Grace! I found her.
The sound of Radha drums echo through the Houndvoer. The ritual must be about to begin.
Oh, that's not good.
Mostly, you made it.
Thank God. I thought I saw you ducking in here.
Alright, the gang's all here.
Those goddamn drums started as soon as I got off that elevator thing, and I heard voices from above. I have a feeling the masked voodooies are about to invade.
I found Grace.
I see that.
I see that. Check her out. Then you and I need to find a way to blend into the woodwork, bud.
Alright, so you can die here if you take too long, so I'm going to go ahead and make a quick little save. So
Gabriel wouldn't get far dragging an unconscious Grace.
the exact thing you're supposed to do to Grace isn't really
Grace!
obvious.
Wake up. Talk to me.
Grace does not respond.
Unless there's a hint that I missed, which is entirely possible. You just go through here and kind of click everything on her till you find something that works. In this case, it's going to be the talisman.
This talisman is supposed to have some sort of power.
Grace! Wake up! Grace!
What? What's going on? Gabriel! Mosley! Where are we? What's going on?
We're in the Getty Cartel Houndvoer, Grace. The ritual is about to begin. And I'm afraid you're the main course.
Is that what those drums are? I heard them in my sleep. I couldn't wake up.
Yeah. Makes you want to dance, don't they?
Be serious. What are we gonna do now?
Right, let's make a plan. What do you want us to do, Gabriel?
You're asking me?
Oh God, we're in trouble.
Well, I realize I'm the professional, but you do know more about what we're up against here.
Okay. Grace, they expect you to be unconscious, so you better fake it. That should put you in a good position when it's time. Mosley, you and I will be with the other ritualists.
I hope you brought a
As for the
gun.
ritual itself, I'd say Tetelo is our worst problem. I remember from the bayou that she didn't show up until Dr. John blew that drug on Malia's face. If I can prevent him from doing that, we can keep Tetelo out of it, I think.
Well, how are you gonna do that?
I don't know. I'll think of something.
Uh-huh. What if Tetelo does show up?
Let's just worry about making sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, so you're gonna prevent this spirit thing from showing up. Fine. I'll take care of the big guy, Dr. John, when the time comes.
And I can handle Malia herself, as long as she is Malia.
Well,
I think
keep an
Grace
eye
just
on
wants
her.
an excuse to
Sound
beat the shit
good.
out of Malia.
But don't hurt her.
Who? Me?
We'll wait for your signal then.
Fine. But you guys aren't gonna get far looking like that.
Are you saying I don't look like a voodoo cultist?
This is
Well, fortunately, we nabbed these disguises not too long ago.
Here, it's a disguise.
Gee, a boar. How thoughtful. And what are you, pray tell?
A wolf?
You goddamn wiener.
Alright, let's go ahead and slip ourselves into our wolf costume here. We're either gonna go to a voodoo thing or we're going to a furry convention.
A wolf. How appropriate.
Yep, it's the furry
Someone's
convention.
coming. Grace, get down.
What are you doing here?
Thought this room was empty.
Go to the circle. Now.
How stupid is this guy, really? This is the less serious voodoo ritual because there's no boobies. Oh, she's the sacrifice. That's no good.
Damn it. She's already being ridden by Tetelo.
What? What? You said...
Yeah, I know.
Great, now what?
I don't know.
Okay, they're doing their little dances over here. We don't have the ability to do anything right now, unfortunately.
Touches her.
Oh, great Badagree, take this sacrifice.
Alright.
Quick!
Gotta do something now, I guess. I have this talisman.
This
Do you remember that, Tetelo?
Tetelo, stop! Won't let you kill her.
What? You bastard of a bastard! You can't stop me. Watch your friend die.
Uh-oh. The talisman seemed to have little effect on protecting Grace from this distance.
Get it, Dr. Jones! Kill her! We must have the sacrifice! Get out!
Ooh, nice shooting, Tex.
You have killed my chosen one, witch hunter! For that you shall pay!
Okay, we can back off the soundtrack a little bit.
But first, these intruders shall die! Give me the talisman, witch hunter, or your friends will die horribly! Right now!
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. We should just give Tetelo back the talisman. That's great.
All right. Take it.
Gabriel, no!
Thank you, witch hunter. Now die like the dog that
Hey,
you
we
are.
did what you wanted. This is that wasn't a good idea.
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
So I love that the solution to this puzzle here is just to play keep away from her.
Tetelo, you want the talisman? Here, catch.
Ow!
Go on. Get Grace out of here. The talisman will protect you. What about...
Tetelo
Just
has
go!
no backup plan for that.
You are unarmed now, witch hunter. Approach
I still
me
have
and
my
kneel.
wits.
Malia, are you there?
Gonna go ahead and pop another quick save here so I can do more stupid shit.
Too powerful.
But what about the power of love?
Malia! Help me!
I can't. She's too strong.
We have this dagger. Shove it right in the big pearl.
I really...
Neither do I, buddy.
She's too powerful.
So hopefully this won't get me killed if I do this. We can look at this little thing over
It's
here.
the Gede idol.
This is the idol we were told about when we were back in the Twin Snake Mound in Africa. So let's go ahead and shove that out of here.
Stop!
Fuck yo, idol.
Oh, shit!
Oh dear.
Go ahead. Destroy her. Destroy me. You are truly your father's son, witch hunter.
Oh, Gabriel, please.
So at this point we have the parting of the ways with the ending of the game. You can get the bad ending or the good ending based on what you do here. With King's Quest VII I kind of showed both endings, but I'm only going to do the one this time because I feel like me going from one ending to another kind of spoils the flow of things. You guys know how to use Google and YouTube. You can find the bad ending if you want.
I've got you, Malia.
We're not going to betray
No.
you like Gunther.
You will betray her, witch hunter.
I won't let you kill her.
Gabriel, you didn't betray me.
I've got you.
It's no good. It has to end with me.
No! Don't let go! Damn it! Don't you let go!
Goodbye, my love.
No!
Yeah, well, we're back up here now.
I think it's over now.
Yes.
I'm sorry about Malia. I know you cared for her.
It was the best 10 days of my life.
You've changed, you know.
Have I?
Yeah. So, are you gonna do it? Be Schottenjäger?
I'm gonna try. Don't worry, though. You'll be back at school, safe and sound.
I don't have to go back.
Grace, give up your PhD?
There are things in this world, Gabriel. A spiritual path can be more important than a path of the mind.
Spiritual path, huh? Well, you're welcome to stay, Gracie. Just as long as you don't expect me to know what I'm doing.
This is a historical moment, isn't it? 300 years ago, the Ritter talisman was stolen by Tetelo. She used it to draw her family to power while your family withered. She helped provoke the slave revolt in Haiti. She's probably the reason for a lot of the flavor and history of New Orleans. Good and bad. Now she's gone and your family is restarting. Yeah, it almost makes you wonder, doesn't it? If it wasn't supposed to happen that way. You know, good coming from evil.
You think too much.
But really,
Damn it, Gabriel.
I think the most tragic thing was all those generations of young women, like Maya, trapped by this large overriding personality forced into a life of horror.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of living with you, Grace.
Yeah, I don't know
You know
about
I
this,
said
Gabriel.
you've changed?
Yeah?
I was wrong.
Are you sorry?
Nah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Gabriel Knight. I'm not sure what all points I missed. I know I didn't read the horoscope on one day, so I goofed on that. I don't think we really missed anything too terribly important, and there's only 2 endings in the game, so we didn't really miss anything as far as that goes. And that is the good ending of the game. And as usual, I'm going to give my little credit spiel here at the end of everything. I'll go ahead and turn that down so I can hear myself think. I really like this game. I wouldn't say it's my personal favorite Sierra adventure game, but I do think it is. It definitely belongs on any list of their best. I think the puzzles in this game are challenging, so this is definitely a game more geared towards adults, both in terms of the themes of the story and the puzzle design, because they do require a little bit more from the player than your average King's Quest game or any like Quest for Glory or anything like that. The puzzles are more challenging, but they're not really moon logic puzzles. All the puzzles in this game do kind of have a logic to them, with the exception, I think the worst one is just making the clay mold out of the circlet thing. I know it's not that big of a deal, but to me that's such a leap in logic that doesn't really make any sense. But other than that, translating the voodoo code, having to leave the message for Dr. John to bring the Seke Module to the voodoo ritual, having to translate the drum code, really good puzzles. The Snake Mound puzzle's really good. I mean, I kind of truncated it in this video because I already knew, or last video, because I already knew what to do, but it's a good puzzle when you're actually playing through it the first time. And the game has a few just good little puzzles like that make sense in hindsight and do require a bit more from the player. I also like that this game and the next one have really good research put into them, and a really good blending of history and fiction, and it kind of fits into this little niche of, I guess, occult historical fiction. It was kind of popular back in the 90s and such. The next game, let me start over with that. Gabriel Knight has kind of a dubious distinction of all 3 of its games taking place in pretty distinct eras of Sierra's latter day, right? This game came out in 1993. It was one of the last traditional, actually I think this was the last game made with Sierra's creative interpreter engine, the SCI engine, before they would move on to doing stuff like King's Quest VII and Phantasmagoria and all that good stuff. I'll go ahead and cut off the video here. But I'm going to keep rambling on because it's what I do. Alright, so this is the last game kind of made with Sierra's creative interpreter engine before they would move on to other stuff. And it's really the end of the era. The next game in the Gabriel Knight series, Gabriel Knight the Beast Within, is actually an FMV game, which You know, FMV games, generally speaking, are not very good, and while I do think Gabriel Knight 2 would have been better made as a more traditional adventure game, it does kind of escape that curse of being a bad game. Even for an FMV game, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say the puzzle design is as good as this game, and it does have some goofy puzzles all of its own, but the plot is really good. The acting is serviceable, but the plot is really good, and it also continues the trend of having a really good blend of history and fiction. The third game really isn't quite as lucky in that regard. The story is okay in the third one, but I will be honest, I have never personally played it because the gameplay is just hideous. The last game, Gabriel Knight, Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned, is literally the last adventure game Sierra ever made. That game came out basically as Sierra was closing its doors, so Gabriel Knight is the period on the end of Sierra's history as a video game developer and video game publisher. And unfortunately, as much as I would love to say that it was like a Quest for Glory 5 where it went out on a pretty high note, I don't think that's really true for the Gabriel Knight series. And unfortunately, Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned does kind of end on a bit of a cliffhanger, so if you're hoping for like a definitive end to Gabriel Knight's story, you don't really get one. Jane Jensen would be interested in continuing the series and tried to do so with the remake of Sins of the Fathers back in I think 2013, somewhere in there, but unfortunately Gabriel Knight and the other Sierra IPs are owned by Activision, which is now owned by Microsoft, and thus far they really haven't shown a whole lot of interest in bringing these titles back in any meaningful way. And to be honest, you know, as much as I and other Sierra fans and enthusiasts like these games, there's really not that big of an audience for them, I don't think. I hope the few of you that have managed to stay here till the very end of the series came to enjoy this game and enjoy this series. And if you like the character, Beast Within is a pretty good game, and you can usually pick it up on GOG for a pretty reasonable price. It's a decent little adventure game and a lot of fun. And if not, you can watch long plays of it. You can watch some fun Let's Plays of the game here on YouTube, of course. There's actually a series of videos on this YouTube channel called Conversations with Curtis that came out relatively recently, and it's the main character from Phantasmagoria 2. Well, not the main character, the actor that played the main character, Paul Morgan-Stettler. And he's actually playing through a couple of these old adventure games, including Gabriel Knight 2, and including Phantasmagoria 1 and 2. And he actually played Phantasmagoria with Victoria Hemmingson-Morthel. I think I said her name correctly, the person who played Adrian Delaney in the original Phantasmagoria. So that's a fun little way you could experience Gabriel Knight 2 if you don't want to play it yourself. Anyway, this is a fun little game. Was happy to be able to do something for Halloween, and if you're watching this the day it came out, hope you're having a happy and fun Halloween season this year. And if you're watching it later, I hope you're having a good Thursday. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you whenever I do another project. Hopefully I have something else kind of coming out around the same time as this, but it's currently August 25th when I'm recording this, and I haven't started on anything else just yet, but hopefully this won't end up being a letdown. As always, thanks for watching, and you guys take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Penis.